Hi, I'm Steven with the Lines of Character Studio. At Lines of Character, I use your photo to create a one-of-a-kind, personalized character portrait. While I specialize in comic characters and superheroes, I also feature characters from your favorite games, TV, and movies. So whether it's one person or the whole family, I'll create an amazing portrait that's guaranteed to show off the hero in everyone. Lines of Character, personalized character portraits. Visit my shop at linesofcharacter.com.
Oh, 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 oh.
What's up, everyone? I am the Shaolin Fantastic. I am joined with Giselle. What's up, Giselle? Uh-oh, look at that bootleg service.
Hi.
What's-
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. And we are here with the Grand Booba, and we got two special guests in the house. We have the 52 Date podcast. Don't laugh. I see you laughing at me already, Giselle, and I see you. You're laughing at me. Hi, Gina. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So we're doing a little bit different format tonight. Instead of doing like a real formal intro, we are the Fresh Delivery Show alongside the 52 Dates podcast. And we actually did an episode not too long ago. We did it on colorism and entertainment. So make sure you check out our podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and also you can find us on our YouTube channel. But we came up with a question. Monique hit me up. And we was just kind of just chit-chatting, talking about, like, relationships and stuff like that. Because, who's that listening to ESPN? You better throw that thing away.
That's definitely Mo.
We boycotting sports right now. Come on now. But but the question was, the main topic is, what is the difference between dating and hanging out? Because everyone has a different perspective. And obviously, I personally feel generation plays a big difference in this, you know? I don't know. What are your thoughts, 52 Dates podcast?
Well, I definitely believe there's a difference. This is Gina. Definitely believe there's a difference. And for me, for sure, I have to at least go out on one date, probably two, before I'm hanging out with you. Because I feel like hanging out is like you're at somebody's spot. Like it's just an intimate environment and you know where all the weapons are.
What?
But for the purposes, I'm sorry, I thought I turned the volume down. I'm also doing a fantasy draft at the same time.
Are we sponsored by ESPN? Is this what's going on? I don't.
That was me disagreeing with G. This is Mo. I think since you threw out the generation age, I think we're all in the same generation, aren't we?
No.
Oh well.
No.
I would hope so.
I'm 58.
Boy.
I just look good because I'm Asian. It's the
I think that the definition kind of changes once you're actually in a relationship because how you date changes when you're in a relationship.
So here's a question then. What does it mean to date then?
I don't really think there's a big difference between, because I think like you get to these weird terms, especially nowadays where people don't want to call it a date. Like, and when I say people, I mean guys don't want to call it a date, so they technically don't have to pay. So it's like a little loophole for them.
What?
That's how I really feel about it. That's why we have all these different ass terms. But
What kind of
if we
chicken
are
heads
going
you
out
dating?
and getting to know each other, I think maybe if you're hanging out at their house, that's different. But
Jazzy, let me hear your insights. All right, like tell me like what is your perspective, the difference between dating
So,
and hanging out?
yeah, I wanted to actually chime into that part because, like, the way I'm more of like the old-fashioned way. Like, I think you if you knew what the intentions were, you know, you'd start to either just hang out as friends or actually go on dates. And if you had, I guess, like if you bring up like what you and that person, that partner want to be, then I guess that's where like actions play out, you know? So like But because I'm more of like an old fashioned kind of person, like I do prefer to just hang out first, kind of like ride the wave, and then see if we can really go on dates. I don't really like measure the amount of dates. It's more like, okay, you know what, like it takes two to tango, so as long as you meet me halfway, I'm cool with it, type of thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me ask you this: what does old fashioned mean? Like what? Like
So
wait, hold
I don't
on.
know if you guys. Okay.
Let me stop you right there. The
Because I
reason
was thinking something different when you said I thought you were going in a different direction when you said old fashioned. So
like
I'm
wait, so
interested
It's
too.
like when you're like, I don't know if you guys ever heard the word courting, like I'm gonna
Yes.
court this girl or this guy's gonna court me. So like, of course, when they say chivalry is dead, I don't believe it is, because it's like anybody that has the capability of asking somebody out or wanting to hang out or do anything, like, and opening the doors and stuff like that. Like if you've been raised to be that kind of person, then that's kind of just, I don't even know how
Jesse,
to
do you
explain
do
it, but like,
online dating?
who
I'm
doesn't?
sorry, what?
Who
Do you
doesn't?
do online dating?
Yeah, it's called Facebook.
Oh,
Wow.
It's called Instagram. I mean,
All
No.
social media, honestly, I think all social media platforms is pretty much online dating at this point.
it's,
But yeah, I can admit that I have been on dating apps, and more of it is kind of just, my reasoning is kind of just to like my passion for people and understanding people on like different levels than just like the surface itself. You know what I mean? Like I like connecting with people. I like talking to people. I like socializing. So it's really not much different, but I mean, I like hangouts more than dates, because I feel like if it's a date, you kind of have to try more, but it kind of just like holds a little bit more pressure on you.
I
You
think
know
I
what
get
I
what you're
mean?
saying.
So
I think that happens more like when you just randomly meet people and you guys first start out hanging out in group sessions and you guys start getting a little closer and you're hanging out, and then they make the actual initiation of, hey, I'm going to court you. Because G and I have talked about
Yeah.
courting on the podcast too. So we think courting is important, but we think courting is like the third phase of everything. Like hanging out and then yeah, so I get what she's saying. It is
Yeah.
different in that sense, because hanging out is more like in the friend zone.
It's more casual. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more casual. Like you don't really have to think so much about what is in that moment. But of course, like when you get to that level where you're like wondering, okay, where are we in this relationship? We've been hanging out a lot, then you kind of just question, like, yeah, just like where you are,
all right.
and
So
try to like have a confirmation.
all right, let me cut you off for a second there. All right, so and we'll get to Grand Booba. So like, I like what Gina said. You're laughing, Mo. Stop laughing. Don't make me laugh. I'm trying to be real serious. All right. So Gina said like she would need to go on a couple dates, right? Like a formality, like a formal date, like right, like courting, right? Like take you on a date and then be like, hey, why don't you come over and Netflix and hang out with me? Let's like that, right? Is that what you
and
mean?
that's I mean, in that order, yes. I mean, I don't like the whole like, okay, let's go on a formal date. Like for me, a date can be anything. It's just not especially when I'm just getting to know you. It's just not at like each other's house. It is like bike rides, going to the park, going to the museum, like just something real chill. Like doesn't always have to be over food.
True. You're just spending time with each other. But see, what's the difference? Then what's the difference between that and hanging out? Dating is the same thing.
Well, I think the way that Jazzy explained it, though, is what makes the difference is how the relationship is starting. And I think right now for me and G, the most of the time it's starting on an app or social media.
So we know your intention.
Yes. So, and it's also like I'm not going to go hang out with you if I met you on an app. Like we're not doing Bumble friends over here. So the intention is you're taking me on a date, and then maybe I think hanging out is when you're more comfortable with a person.
What you got, Granboo? Well, let's hear it from a fella.
You guys are hitting on almost all my points I was about to make. It's so funny because to me, it's like, it's about expectations and parameters. It's whatever the woman decides it to be. If it's going to be a hangout, then hey, we can just hang out, go for a hike, go grab a bite, hit up Pliables maybe, I don't know. Or if it's a date,
Pliables is
you're
so
gonna
good.
dress to the nines, look good for her, trying to impress her. It's really all about expectations and parameters. It's however you make of it, really.
All right, so I guess let me get my little. All right, I like what Gina said. I never looked at it from that perspective. Like hanging out, it seems a little bit more precious, right? Like something that's more valued. I think personally, dating and hanging out are two completely separate things because it goes back with the intent and what you're trying to do. You know what I mean? Like you can hang out and still get the cutty. You know what I mean? Like you could still get it. You laughing? Don't make me laugh.
But then
this is supposed to be a serious
friends
episode.
with benefits at that point?
No, not yet. Just because
Wait, how are you not?
Just because you test drove the car once doesn't mean you get to ride it all the time. There's a big difference. So, but
wait, I can't let you go. I can't let you go. So, but if you test drive it once, aren't you now expecting it again?
No, not as a man, nah. Because like, look, if she gives me, all right. All right. Whatever you just said. All right, let's put that in a parking spot. I'm gonna get to that. All right, me as a man, and this is just maybe my perspective, is that I agree. Like, if I genuinely like somebody and I have interest, whether it be Tinder or whatever, I would say, like, I would like to take you on a date. I like to pick you up. I want to do things with you, right? And I feel like as a man, you need to make sure that's very clear in what you're trying to do. But also at the same time, I do feel like we're in a generation where, no offense to the younger generation, because everything is so app-based and you're hiding behind a computer, a lot of people have that timid way of just saying, hey, I'd like to take you on a date. Like, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get like real nervous and I get like, hi, how are you? Like, do you want to hang out with me? I get like real nervous, right? But I feel like when you meet someone off online, I think the hangout is appropriate to see if it's really worth it to go on a date. You know what I mean? Like, go get coffee or let's go get a Pliable and just meet, and then be like, it's kind of whack, but like, all right, cool, we go on our separate ways. But if there's like a little spark somewhere, and you really feel in that person, you just be like, hey, I like to take you on like a real date. Like, I like you. I think you're awesome. No? It looks like I'm about to get hung.
Can I? Yeah, I mean, I know hangouts are more casual. With dates, I think, like, okay, so a lot of times I'm thinking, oh, I'm just hanging out with that person, right? But then when I tell my girlfriends or guy friends, they would, a lot of the times they'll ask, did that person pay for you? And then majority of the time it's like, yeah, they did. So then they'll be like, oh, that's definitely a date. And I'm like, no, not really. Like, I mean, do guys really have to pay all the time? I mean, I know that's a good question for next, but like, I just think that, with dates, it's more, you do take more action. Like, I'd want to look cute and get dolled up, and I'm one to like want to take like cute pictures and stuff. So like, and I'd want them to also look good too. If it really was a date, you just try harder.
But are you dressing up when you're hanging out?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
That's why I think it depends on the relationship before anything happens.
It goes back to the expectations. I do feel that generations have been watered down because of social media, and being realistic, I've done it before. I will shoot my shot in the DM, but you want to come off so strong, but like, I think I'd like to meet you. I'd like to take you out on a date or whatever. Can you imagine that? Like, someone hit you up on Tinder, just like, you guys didn't even talk, just like, look, I think you're hot, you're attractive, I like the things that you wrote. You said you like sandwiches, I eat sandwiches too. Let's go on a date. Like, I mean, is it that easy?
I've actually had someone to do that.
I would prefer that.
Really? I mean, I've been shot down like a bird in duck season. It's like,
I mean, part of it is just, and I'll speak for my I don't got time.
Duck hunt.
I mean, just say what you want. And I think for me, I get to know someone so much better in person. Like when I'm feeling your energy, we can forget the texting and going back and forth for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that.
All right.
Yeah, I feel like if you're sliding into my DMs and we've never actually met, go ahead and just make your intentions clear. You might like do a few like, hey, how are you? But then just like, hey, I noticed your profile. Do you want to go out sometime? And I've had that happen to me. I said no, but
you ain't like him.
He also lived in Charlotte. I don't even know how he found my profile. So it was just like I was back home at the time. By the time he hit me up, I was already back home.
Look, men will travel. We will travel. If it's worth it, we will travel. I will cross the ocean to go see a woman. I would go to the other side of the country if she
I was about to start singing.
I was just about to tell you not to.
We're about to go karaoke. But
no, I think it's about, it is about setting the intention and what are your expectations. But I got to keep going back to it. It does depend on where you're starting. It's very different if it's someone that you're friends with and you've been friends with. And I've had that situation too, where we've been friends and they said, hey, I want to take you on a date. And we went on a date and we made it official, because you do have to decide if you're going to cross a line. And if you're just like, true story, I laugh at this all the time. I had a guy break up with me. We were really young. We were in 8th grade, so it wasn't that deep. But I didn't even know that we were dating. Like, to me, we were just friends. And he came up to me and was like, hey, you're not my girlfriend anymore. And then walked away. And I was like, but I think that still happens in adult life. Like, I think there's no clear intentions or clear communication about what is going on in the relationship. So one person's thinking this and the other person's thinking this.
We're on different spectrums.
Yeah.
I do say that as a man, it can be hard these days. It's harder than it was before. I feel like dating,
harder to do what?
To ask a woman out on a date. Because now, like, you get stuck in the DM, you're in the message request thing, and no one's looking at that for like 2 weeks or something.
Getting ghosted.
You're getting ghosted, and then you're like, hey, how come you don't hit me up? Like, mom, like, you left me in the message request. Like, dang. I do feel like it is harder for men. I do feel that women do have the upper hand, especially with online dating. Uh-oh.
What do you define as ghosting?
Define ghosting?
Yes.
Ghosting is just when you're not interested. You just don't respond.
Without someone telling you, like, hey, I'm not interested, like, or someone just keeps, reaching out and there's no response.
Why the moment you said ghosting, something fell and I turned around like, what is that, man? What is that?
Who have you ghosted recently? Who is haunting you in your house right now?
Oh my God! We're actually doing a ghost episode coming up soon on the Fresh Delivery Show.
Oh my God!
I think I just brought something in. Oh my God! But is ghosting appropriate? I do feel like, I don't know. I just feel like people are so cowards these days. People don't want to speak how they really feel.
Go ahead, Mo.
I have strong thoughts about ghosting, but it follows up with what I said in my previous statement.
I feel like there's something behind me.
I think that something has to be established in order for someone to ghost someone.
How many dates?
A few dates. I would say constant communication, whatever you define constant communication as, over a period of days.
So it dropped off like the face of the earth, like.
And there's been a date.
So we've been going out and, doing stuff together, talking on the phone and blah, 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 and then all of a sudden just flatline, right? That's ghosting.
Yes, I agree with that 100%. But people feel like if we go on one date now, I was just listening to your last episode, The Girl Code, where that girl was basically saying, I went on this one date with this one guy 3 months ago. I never told you who he was or about him, but I expect you not to go on a date with him now. You guys established nothing. You guys went on one date and you guys met on a dating app and you never introduced him to your friends.
Facts.
That's what that's what I mean. Now people consider it ghosting if they go on one date. One date means, hey, we're going to try this out. And you should know there's a 50-50 chance that you'll never hear from that person again.
So do you see ghosting more?
We're such a trophy generation now.
Well, okay, so that you're getting to my point. So the generation. So we're not gonna put your age out there. Do you date up?
I don't. We tell our age all the time. I'm 35.
35. You look like you're 25, girl. So do you date up? Wait a second. Hold on. You have a cowboy sweatshirt on?
Yeah,
I thought you noticed that when you.
I was trying to be a gentleman. I wasn't trying to, I was looking at the microphone.
2 more sleeps till the season starts.
Oh my goodness. Wait, so do you date up or do you date down? And then to answer that question,
We're talking age wise.
Yeah, and do you see a difference with, do you want to hang out or do you want to go on a date?
I don't think you guys are gonna like my answer.
Shoot.
I date both ways. Let me be clear.
Wait.
I date younger and older.
Okay.
I have a rule of 2. Like 2 years younger, 2 years older. I'm willing to do.
Okay.
Younger guys are much more pliable.
Explain.
And they're much more willing to shoot their shot. Younger guys have like all this crazy confidence. They haven't been rejected enough. So they're just like, yes, I'm going to shoot my shot at this girl and I'm not going to care. And I'm going to shoot my shot at her. And eventually I'm going to hit a home run if I just keep swinging. And when you say, hey, I need this, they're like, okay. They're much more pliable and willing to listen to what you're suggesting them. Older guys, you guys think that you guys have it, not you guys, because you guys haven't said your age, but older guys think that they have it in the bag. The number one conversation I have with my brother and his friends, who they're older than me, is if a girl's going to go out with you or have sex with you or anything, she has already made that decision before you even opened your mouth.
Mm-mm.
No.
You can break it, you can mess it up, but
So do you
a
feel
girl usually makes that decision pretty head on.
so in theory you're saying older men feel like let's not just single out men. Let's just say the older crowd. There's a privilege. We feel entitled. Is that what it is?
I think you guys think you have more game than you have.
All right, well, our game is called Good Credit, and we have assets. That's what it is.
I mean, my game is called. I have a good job.
Yeah.
I have I don't know, like I live a pretty steady life. I don't go out as much.
None of us
I
do.
used to back in the day, but not anymore. But I don't know. I'm just
Wait. Tell us what your game is. Good credit.
Oh, we about to put you on the spotlight. Here we go.
Oh, my
there
God.
we go.
Good credit.
Good job. Fun-loving guy. I guess that's it. That's pretty much it. Oh, damn. I fell into it.
Michelle, now you got to say yours.
Mine? Wait. What's the question?
What's your game,
bro?
What is my game? The honest truth is, I just feel my game is just to be yourself, have fun, and be creative in the things you want to do. Be sincere and genuine, being upfront, and learn to grow with each other. But also, I feel like you can't be a homebody. You got to have a good balance of hanging out and want to go out on a date, and maybe be like, hey, why don't you go pick out this dress that I got for you from so and so place, and then we'll go out to dinner this weekend and we'll go catch a show or something like that,
But how are you getting your foot into the door, the first foot into, how are you getting that door open for both of you guys? That's, you just flipped the whole conversation.
Yeah.
Now you guys are in the spotlight.
Dang.
Because all that stuff's great once you get to know someone and once you guys are already dating and or even if you know them before you start dating.
Yeah, I can admit that I'm not good off the takeoff, but once I get the green light, then my game is strong. But I guess like at the beginning, I just feel I do get put in the friend zone. I can admit that. It's just because I don't make moves and then my intentions are not directly there, especially if I really like a woman, like if I get like super nervous, I'm not gonna. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I just like made myself look like an idiot on the radio, an international radio. No, I mean, I just think like you just got to be upfront. Like if you like, you got to shoot your shot and you got to say, like, fuck it. If you're gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up. If you're gonna miss, you're gonna miss. Right? Just try it. Who cares? Right? I think I'm gonna start shooting my shots now with everyone at this point.
I think you should.
And I think you should. And I think that's the big difference between younger guys and older guys. Younger guys are just shooting their shot at anyone
because they have nothing else.
Yeah,
they have nothing to lose.
And I will say too, though, I do know some younger guys who do have their shit together at a younger age. They just went that route so that they could have good credit, a good job.
I want to redo this episode. No, I'm just joking. What about you, Gina? I'm curious on what's your take. Like, would you shoot your shot? Like, if you was like, dang, like he's the tits. Let me holler at him.
You know, I want to say yes, but there's still someone that I have not done that with. And
I know exactly who.
What's his name?
I've been trying to convince her to do it. Let's just put it. No, I'm joking.
Girl.
Man.
And I think for me, it's just more so. I think in my mind, I think he has a type, and I don't think I'm his type. So I'm like, okay. But yeah, no, I don't know. The way 2020 is going,
it's weird. 2020 is freaking weird.
I think I'm very close to shooting all my shots.
What about
Never
you?
know what happens.
What about you, Jazzy? Tell us about shooting your shot and a guy shooting a shot.
Well, to be honest, I kind of I was on my iPad, and it died. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I got off for like 5 seconds. So I don't know what I missed, but yeah, I just think that as women, if we want if we want a guy, those that, do want guys, I just think that as a woman, we have that fair advantage. We have that advantage all the time. And a lot of times, like I hear hate, it's always in your court. Like it starts off there. I mean, yeah, it's great. Guys can like shoot their shot or whatever. But at the same time, I think that if you just want somebody in general, if you like have any interest in them or whatever the case may be, like I don't want to have to think twice. I don't want to. I'm actually usually the one to just approach and be like, hey, how are you? Or like if something like about them interests me, and this is going back on like dating apps or just like meeting somebody in person or virtually, like if there's something that kind of about them that kind of like gives me that kind of attention, then yeah, I don't mind being the first one to I don't mind being the first one to just approach them, if any, to take the initiative. And that goes with like, I guess, confidence. I mean, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, like I'm like the best person, best girl, like the hottest Joan, like, it's kind of just like, if they respond, great. If they don't, I can move on, because again, in the end, it's like the ball ends up being in our court and we just have that advantage.
How do you all feel about shooting your shot with your peers? With someone that you know, a friend, coworker? Look at the faces. Look at all the faces.
I don't like to date within my friends group.
Now, what's the phrase? You don't shit where you sleep.
Yeah, you don't eat where you should.
Yeah.
But you just said shoot your shot.
But that's funny.
You said, but
I have dated.
Restaurants called the bathroom.
Wow.
I do have I have dated within our friend group before, but I think it was when we were younger, and it was like a lot easier to just be like, all right, let's try it. If we don't try it, it's okay. We can still be friends. I think now people are more looking for something. So I think I would be a lot more hesitant to shoot my shot within the friend group at this juncture in my life.
So you think it's okay?
I think it's okay if you really see that something's happening.
But you are putting a gamble on it. There's a big risk that. Come on, be real about it. I got to speak for the fellas out there.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like if you
we have more to lose.
Mm-hmm. Because you could lose your friendship.
Yeah, and then she's gonna be like,
that has happened.
That dude.
And that's why I think as you get older, it does become harder to take that risk. I think when we're younger, we're not really caring and we're literally just walking down the street like this, it's different. But when you get older, you start thinking about all that stuff like, how could this potentially ruin all the aspects of my life? Because in reality, if it doesn't work, like let's say you and a friend start dating and it doesn't work, how is that affecting? Are you guys mature enough to continue to not let it affect the whole friend group? Are you guys Ross and Rachel? Can you guys continue being friends for 10 more seasons?
Yeah. It goes back to communication and being upfront. And respect. You have to respect. Even though it may not work, you have to respect that, hey, we gave it a try. I don't hold any,
Nah, it depends on how it ends.
And it depends on if you like who liked each other more. And I think, I mean, like, let's say you guys both, so I guess G's right. It depends on how it ends. Because if we both like each other the same amount and we're like, hey, let's give this a shot, and then we both decide it doesn't work, then we have the potential to keep going kosher. But if I like really like him and he's like, nah, dog, like, get out of my face.
I just think it's
awkward because you gotta swallow your pride and be like,
yeah, but it goes back to, I think it's communication and how much respect you have for that other person. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel like, yeah, you cannot be interested, but it's also how you let them down too. If you respect them enough as a friend, like, you can't just be like that cold and just be like, I ain't interested in you, and then blam, like cold turkey or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, like I do feel like, I've had a female peer that said, I like you. I'm like, you know what? I told him straight up, I was like, I'm flattered. I appreciate that. The only thing I can really truly offer you is a friendship. And, and then sometimes like some of my peers have said like kind of like a-hole, but I was just like, I'm not attracted to you in that kind of way.
Yeah, I don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah, but as a man, we get slandered like the scarlet letter. Like, you know what
I mean,
like,
it's not like if you're not attracted to someone, you're not attracted to someone. Attraction is key. Like, you need to be attracted to someone.
Yeah.
Everybody out here not good looking.
Whoa, that's rough.
Whoa, man. So
everyone's beautiful in someone's eyes.
Everyone. I was gonna say something real smart.
so Shaolin, man. I love you,
I
bro.
just want to say that, like,
my fault.
I just want to say that, like, 2020. Oh, sorry, Grand Booba. Did you? Sorry.
No, go ahead. Ladies first. Ladies first.
I don't even know why I have headphones on when I'm not even connected to my headphones.
Wow.
I just want to like bring this out before I lose my train of thought. Again, I think 2020, you kind of there's really no more time to waste. So you either tell them you like them or you don't, and a lot of times I'll just be upfront because even though it's the truth, at least I would rather be hurt from the honesty than the lie that they're carrying on for like however many weeks that you end up hanging out or like dating or whatever it is, So I guess like really setting that expectation first and being like, look, like, you're a good person. I like you, but not in that way. I mean, it sucks, but you kind of just have to, I guess, like, bring out the elephant in the room and just say, okay, say what you have to say, mean it. And then we can move forward however we can with what was just being announced or said.
I'm about to shoot some air balls.
No,
and
your
just see what
thoughts on
happens.
that.
Oh my god, this guy and air balls.
I'm about to hit Kobe every shot. Just be like, hey, remember that time in like 7th grade I gave you a lollipop? Well, I think you're swell. I'm trying to date you. Say no.
I think you're swell.
I think you're swell. Co-worker.
No, yeah. I think shooting your shot's important if that's what you're really trying to do. I don't want G to call me out. I don't really shoot my shot ever. Maybe ever. I never really shoot it. And that's because of my past experiences, not being blocked or anything like that, but in the sense of, I feel like when I'm I'm a driver. I'm a go-getter. I like to get things done. So I feel like when I'm the person who initially takes the initiative, then I'm the person taking the initiative the entire relationship. So that's why I don't shoot my shot. I'm totally for it. And I'm not saying I would never do it. But in the past where I was someone who had no problem with being the person who always took the initiative and always went up to a guy if I liked him, as I got older, I was like realizing that wasn't really leading to the type of relationship I wanted. Because I want someone who's going to be taking the initiative and doing that stuff for me because I'm that person in every other aspect of my life. So my relationship, I want the guy I'm dating to be that person. So that's why I don't shoot my shot. Based on past experience. But I'm totally for it. I think women and men should do it.
I do feel with being in an older bracket, when I say older bracket, I'm going to say 25 and up. Is that considered older now?
No.
Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Let's say 30 and up.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
I do feel 30 and up, 9 out of 10 times shooting your shot will be more within your own circle. It could be a peer, it could be a coworker or something. You know, and you know, like we all agree there is going to be a consequence, and that's the thing you have to consider, that things may not work out well or they could be really good, but you won't know unless you try, right? But is it worth the gamble? That is the question. See what I mean?
I agree. The question, is it worth the gamble? And I think that's what makes people scared to shoot their shot within their own circle. No one wants to take that gamble.
Yeah, because you would it's better to have that person in your life than not have them at all. You know, I mean, you know, speaking from a humane side of things, you know, like the friendship, the camaraderie, and the attention, you know, that you show to each other as peers, but then that could all go downhill. You said, hey, I think you're swell, trying to date you, girl. Like, you know, everything just gets all ruined.
This is not what Hallmark Channel teaches me. They say that your best relationship is always with someone from your inner circle.
I do feel that's true, though. I do feel that's true to an extent. The reason why I could say one of the best relationships I've ever had personally was someone that was directly in our circle. We knew each other. We knew what we were like. There was no room to really impress each other than when we went on a date, like just more of like the formal side of things. But as far as in like conversations and really like getting to deep, intimate stuff, you know, I just felt like it was easy. I don't have that anymore. She ain't here. She's married with 4 kids. So obviously that didn't work. So I don't know who's been coaching me. But Grand Booba, you were saying something earlier?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, man. What
Lord
do you
me.
look for in a woman? When it all comes down to it, what do you really look for in a woman?
I mean, I don't want to do like a checklist. Like me personally, or just like as guys, as men?
Let's start with you, and then we'll go in general. But I want to hear you first.
What do I look for in a woman? I look someone that's super ambitious, someone that can make me laugh, someone that's family orientated, someone that has their priorities together. I do feel the way I look at that is when you build the chemistry, you know, you have the sex, you have the physical side of things, then you have the financial side of things, you have the spiritual things. You got a strong teammate. You know, like I'm not dating you just to have fun, right? I want more than that. I want to grow. And why are you laughing? You're making
Did
fun
you
of me.
put sex in front of all that other stuff? Did I hear that right?
Shh, wait. Anyway.
Okay.
But I look for a long-term partner, you know, and I do feel a lot of guys out there do get a bad rep, you know, because, you know, like you said, the first thing that came out of my mouth was sex. But from a guy being very transparent, from a guy's perspective, we are very physical creatures, you know, and the chemistry
Emotional.
does. And well, our emotional is dependent on that physicality. Whether people believe it or not, it's true. Like we want to be like touched and hold just as much as a woman does too, you know. But does that answer your question, Grand Booba? Like what I'm looking for? Like
it does, because I'm kind of like in the same wavelength. Like I'm looking for someone that's also ambitious. Number one. Number two,
don't be taking my
she's
girl.
gotta be a woman of faith, okay? Because you know I believe in God, and I feel like whenever like tough times, whenever you go through tough times or whatnot, you gotta have like a belief system.
Okay, hold on. Would you marry or date someone that was not the same religion as you?
Depends on the religion.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But you just said faith.
Well, okay.
What if she was like a Jedi?
Same faith would be preferred.
Okay.
All right, let me take that back. Preferred. But if she wasn't of the same faith, it's fine. As long as if I were to have children with her, that the children would accept my religion. Because that's how it is in Islam.
Oh, so you just taxed her right there. That's a game changer.
I'm just saying, okay? I'm just spitballing. But no, honestly though, like I do look for someone that has the same faith, that's ambitious, that can hold a conversation, that can hold their own. That's good with children too, because eventually I want to have kids one day. I want to be, proud of the fact that, hey, I have a woman that I can call her, hey, she's the mother of my children, queen of the earth, my Nubian princess, all that good stuff.
Jazzy, you're out.
The chocolate women guy. Y'all got it.
Oh, not necessarily.
You just said it.
You said Nubian.
You just canceled out the religion. And then
I'm nervous. Okay, I'm nervous.
I think. All right, when it narrows down. Okay, let me. I'm not gonna take back the. Oh, woo, what's that? Your internet's old school. Like, what's up? It's like,
damn. AOL though.
I was gonna say the one thing that probably is most important to me, because for the listeners out there, they know I'm a girl dad. I'm a single parent. Is that I want to be with someone that knows how to handle situations more than anything else. Right? I don't care how great you look or how much money you got. It's all about how you handle situations. When the chips are down, are you ready to swing the bat for your team? That's how I look at it. Not just for yourself, but for the family, like the whole package. That's what I look for. And I'll be honest with you, I accepted that I'm probably gonna be a single parent the rest of my life, so I'm okay with that.
Really?
Why?
Nah, I wouldn't
look
say
at
that,
the
bro.
tender age
You
of
just putting out
58.
bad juju. Like,
Yeah, don't accept that.
Nah.
I need to go rub my body butter and get that bad juju off me or something.
Man, you wanna leave a legacy behind, man. You don't want to die with your name alone.
No. I get what you're saying. I'm not trying to sound all negative Nancy and stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, if I don't find that one, I'm okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm secure in who I am. If I find her, cool. If I don't, okay. All right, you give me that. I just got to shoot my shot. Damn it. Okay.
Just do it, man.
All right. Well, so let's flip the question. What are you ladies looking for? Let's start with you, Gina.
Oh, I was really hoping you were going to go to someone else before me.
All right. We'll go right here.
I'm glad you looked
ambition is really important. Definitely a person of faith. And I practice Christianity. And so, unlike others, it needs to be a faith that you believe in God, you believe in Jesus. One of the other things that I think is so important is you got to know how to communicate. Let's talk things out. I'm so not dramatic. Like, I'm not going to yell and scream. I'm probably just going to sit there and wait till you just finish. And then be somebody who wants to have fun. Like, I'm usually traveling, always on the go, things like that. And I just need someone who, wants to have fun, is adaptable to settings. Ooh, adaptable. Yes. I need to be able to bring you to a work event as well as to the bar. Sometimes those are not equal.
They can't get chocolate wasted. Like, hey, what's up?
Exactly. You gotta know how to handle yourself in different settings.
Lord.
So, yeah.
What about you, Jazzy? Tell us about your boo.
Well, she's right here. Sometimes I feel like I want to marry. Not that I'm saying again, I'm confident enough that I would want somebody with similar interests. Not just because it's easy, it's because I know that my love language is quality time, so I want to have that quality time. Even though I just live a very busy lifestyle. Oh, wait, sorry.
Mhm.
Did you guys hear me?
Yeah, keep on.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do tend to live a very busy lifestyle. And so I would want somebody to kind of like not like opposites attract type of person, but like just somebody to kind of calm me down, not say chill out, because you know, as women we hate hearing that, like chill out.
Chill
Like
out.
we know we need to chill out, okay? Don't tell me to chill out. I know that. Okay.
Eee.
Don't tell me what I already know. Don't tell me the things that I just want to hear. You know what I mean? Like somebody to also like challenge me. Somebody who looks great in pictures of me. And somebody who's like very outgoing, someone very driven, not only ambitious but driven. Like somebody who's also a go-getter. Like if you want something, hey, you know, you do what you can to get it. And yep, also like somebody who I can go to church with. Again, also another woman of faith. Like again, that's also another challenge for me, and I just want to be challenged in that way too. So there's so many challenges, but I haven't really been challenged in that way. So that's why I'm like,
Do you
okay.
is it faith driven, like dependent on that solely, or would you go outside? Are you okay with that?
Wait, hold on. What? Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Like the guy that you want, is it like, I know you said about faith, it's very similar to what, you know, the other two hosts have said, but is that the only thing you're looking for? Like, is that like the first thing on the checklist? Like you're going on Christian Mingle right now, like it's got to be that. It's not going to be anything else.
Christian Mingle is the word.
No, I think
You tried it?
religion is such a hard topic to discuss because it just like I'd rather like leave that for a different discussion or a podcast, because
True.
religion is just such a complex topic that it does need more time than just like a 1 minute, 2 minute kind of like description. But just to make it more simple, I would just want a man who would go to church with me, not because they're doing it for me. They also want to either learn or understand more and you know, eventually like practice it if that was something that they wanted to do.
So
you know?
build their relationship with God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because eventually, like, if I'm gonna marry that person, like, I want to be married in a church or like a chapel, and just be brought together, you know, in unity with Christ, type of thing. You know, God's always first in that whole triangle. So, yep, that's what I believe in.
Dang, at first I thought you was about to talk about the Illuminati or something like that.
Oh,
I was like, oh.
I don't know how else to work a triangle, you know?
Is that the new code word?
It's the
Man.
Trinity.
The
All right.
Vinci Code.
All right, Momo, how about you? Let's hear about your boo.
I have zero idea. No, I'm joking. So, you know, kind of like what others are saying, as I get older, I'm kind of thinking about the things that I need that I don't really want to do myself. So like, I mean, like dead ass, like it sounds really kind of selfish,
Need
but
to be
like,
handy.
yes. So for example, I have book club this weekend. They're coming to my house. And so far, all the girls who have hosted book club, their houses have been put together, which is motivation. But now this means that I have to hang up my own shit that I haven't been hanging up yet. Because I keep putting it off. I don't want to do that. I want a man who can do that for me. So that kind of goes to what G was saying, where it's like, you need to be adaptable. So I want someone who almost like a blue collar worker that can like fix my car, also fix shit around the house and do that type of stuff, but also looks really good in a suit and knows how to wear a suit. Then when it comes to faith, when I was younger, I was kind of like, oh, as long as he's accepting of my faith. But as I get older, I'm really realizing that it's really important for him to be a Christian as well. And the reason I say that is because eventually we have to raise children together. And as the world is such a complicated place right now. It's not just about being Christians, it's also about having the same viewpoints, because a lot of Christians do feel a lot very differently about things. There are Christians who think drinking is like the hugest sin. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here drinking a beer. So like, it's not just about that. It's about having the same morals and viewpoints and wanting to raise our kids the same. So for me, Christianity is important. Christianity is important, but also like, or I would probably, if I wasn't dating someone who's a Christian, be someone who's agnostic, but willing to grow and go to church and learn those things and be willing to raise our kids in that, knowing that our kids are going to eventually make their own choice. Ambitious, fun. We don't have to have all the same things in common, but I also want you to be willing to enjoy my interests too. Because I think girls are really adaptable when it comes to that. Like if we know a guy likes something, we're going to learn all that shit. Like there's things that I know shit about that I still have that knowledge because of a guy I dated. That includes UFC, tennis. I hate tennis, but I can watch tennis and know what's going on because I dated a guy who enjoyed tennis. Guys aren't always adaptable in that way. I was dating a guy who really liked football, like the actual
soccer.
Yeah.
Like
and so I was trying to learn soccer for him, but he didn't like American football and was not willing to learn about American football. So it's like things like that where we have to be willing, if we have different interests, that's fine, but willing to learn about each other's interests. I'm a huge Harry Potter geek. I'm a huge Cowboys fan and football in general. And I feel like those are things that you need to be willing to do. One of my bucket list items is seeing the Cowboys play in all stadiums. So are you willing to do those types of things with me?
Are you single now? Are you single now?
I am single now.
Yeah. Fellas, shoot your shot. You know what I mean? Go get your hammer. Go get ready. Right?
Can you change my oil and take my car to get washed? I trust you to drive my car.
Can he go to church like that?
He cannot go to church like that.
No bueno.
He actually, I'm not going to say his name, but that picture he keeps putting up looks like that dude we went to school with.
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. But yeah.
He could go to church like that. He would just need to put a shirt on.
Yeah.
See, the only boo I got right now
Get
is
ready
this
to fix the chapel. Oh.
That's my little boo right now. That's my boo.
Oh, since you have the little dog in that picture, I'll also say dogs are pets, which means they cannot sleep in the bed. That's my biggest deal breaker right there.
I feel like when you're single, you can, but I feel like once you start having someone else.
Think about it. When you enter into a relationship with someone and they've had this dog for 10 years and the dog sleeps in the bed every night and you're like, oh, that dog can't sleep in the bed anymore. They're going to be looking at you like,
damn, girl, you smell just like your golden retriever. Bed's all dirty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think dogs belong in their own little corner of the house.
Sure. No, I do feel as a man, you need to, as not a man, but as a person, you need to exert dominance in the household. I mean, pets to some people are extensions of their family and stuff like that. But
I think they can be extensions, but they're still animals at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so we're coming to the end of the show soon, but I want to ask you another question. Would you date someone who's an alpha? Grand Booba, let's start with you. Would you date a woman that's an alpha, that's a heavy hitter? She's power. She's a move maker. She owns her own body butter line and hemp oil and stuff like that.
Are you talking about someone in particular? That was very
she would be the perfect. She would be the perfect sugar mama. Why not?
Dang.
It's all about the money, honey.
Ladies, ain't no hammer here. So, no, but so you would date an alpha woman?
If she lets me be a man, I wouldn't mind it. I'll just be like, hey, you know what? You do you, girl. I do me. As long as I get to be me.
What does that mean, to be a man?
As long as I get to, wear the pants around the house.
What does that mean?
In other words,
because your pants might be different than my pants.
Oh God!
No, that's being realistic as a man.
Are you wearing dungaroos or Levi's?
What?
Oh man, what do you mean? I'm wearing
Some overalls. So wait, but what does that mean to be a man?
Like basically just run the house. I mean, well,
I was supposed to be so alpha
Oh,
right there and
God.
answer for you.
I'm trying.
Got to put you on the spot, man, because you asked me and put me on the spot, and
Yeah, I know.
first thing that came out of my mouth was sex.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh God.
All right, let me ask you this. I'm gonna throw you on the spot again. Do you feel like you're an alpha
Yes.
with other men or just with women?
I would say with other women.
How about you, Gina? You date an alpha? You like a man to put his foot down and be like, no, you need to come here now and finish cooking this chicken or something. I don't know, like making something up.
I can date an alpha. I just think that it definitely has to be a person who is just willing to be adaptable in the roles.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with submission, at points, but it definitely needs to just be a partnership. I would say though that I am very alpha-ish. So as long as it's not like someone trying to talk down to me or, trying to direct me to do something, that's not gonna work. But I would.
What about you, Jazzy? Would you date an alpha? You need to find someone with good internet. That's what you need to find.
Yeah. I know. Oh my gosh. Like
She heard me.
Anyways.
All right, so she's single out there, fellas. So if you got great FiOS internet service and that Verizon line, you can holler at her at 888-555-1321. It's like, okay.
This from like. No, I'm still on the call, babies. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, I had
kids.
to leave my.
She got kids too.
Oh, we lost her again.
Go ahead, Momo.
I'm a 100% an alpha, so I definitely would prefer an alpha. I do not want someone who will let me walk all over them.
No, we can't hear you, girl. It's like the Blair Witch Project. we about to witness a murder. What's going on? Oh, look. Where are you going? Look, she in the dungeon. What is she doing? Are you about to plug the
I'm trying to. Is this better?
No.
Is this good?
We can hear
I
you.
can hear you clearly.
Wi-Fi surfing?
Oh, yeah. I'm like.
She went outside.
Oh, so can you guys hear me and see me now?
Actually, it's better. And the fact that your background is that dope, you should have been sitting there the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I really should have.
Very artsy.
What did you guys last hear from me?
We didn't hear any answers.
It was
to the
like,
question.
I'm so sorry. Yes, to answer that question.
Wow, had to take a big sigh.
I can date an alpha. The thing is, Ellie, I'm still on the call, baby. Can you close the door, please? Okay, I can date an alpha. The thing is, I'm like pretty stubborn. So I think it just has to, like, you just have to communicate things. And there are certain times when to take control. And I think it is that equal partnership where it's like, okay, fine. Like you got it. I'll do that. Or yeah, Giselle, like you got it. You can do that type of thing. So I just think that there's that equal partnership in being an alpha.
Can I give my response? My answer when Jazzy's done? Because
what?
I said I can't change my answer when Jazzy's done.
Oh, I'm done. So you can go change your answer.
How does that work? It's like spades. You can't just renege on your answers.
I'm reneging.
All right, go
No,
ahead.
because the answer is still yes, I would date an alpha, but I think G and Jazzy both made good points. I want a man who can lead, but he has to be making decisions that I want to follow.
Damn.
I think part of that is also about you trusting like your partner enough
Your
in order
teammate.
to like, I trust the decisions that you're going to make. I trust you to be a leader.
Okay, so let me ask you this. The kind of alpha do you want? Do you want a guy that kind of shows you the ropes and pats you on the butt, like, hey, you did a good job? Or do you want someone to be like, look, this is what I do. I know what you do. Let's get this together. A or B?
Can we get a mix of both?
Yeah. Like if I don't know how to change the oil, like teach me how to change the oil. It's, you know, teach
Yeah.
a man to fish.
I mean, I'm still going to let you change the oil
Yeah.
regardless if
Yeah.
you tell me.
Yeah. I think,
But also, I want him to be like, hey, I load the dishwasher this way. And I'd be like, that's wrong. We're going to load it this way going forward. Like,
Mm.
She's not.
no, she ain't. Look, you hear that laugh out there, fellas? Oh, Lord. That's a laugh that you're getting laughed at for putting the dishes in there like that. That's why. Personally, I feel
talk
like
about the side of the bed we sleep on, you know.
personally, I feel like I have to be with an alpha. I can't be with no weak woman. Personally, just because of my personality, I'm a natural go-getter. I do a lot of things on my own. You know what I mean? I'm very team orientated too. I like to surround myself with people that have the same mindset. You know, like without sounding so arrogant, I don't like to be around weak people. But also at the same time, I want to be able to inspire those to be great in what they do and be the best versions of themselves. You know what I mean? So, but I feel like, you know, the partner that I'm with, you know, when I get married to future wife, I need her to be as strong as I am too. And it doesn't necessarily mean be physical or financially. It could just be she has some aspects that I don't have, and that's how we complete each other. So, on that soft note, so
I do want to make fun of Shao one more time because no one else said sex, and that was his number one thing. Just throwing that out.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind of left that off the checklist.
man,
I still am a big believer that if the energy is there and the energy is right, it's going to come together.
It is. That's the, yeah. Because you could have.
You can't deny chemistry. When you feel the sparks, in the words of The Weeknd, if you feel it coming, you just let it happen, girl. And you
You quoted The Weeknd.
You just regret it in the morning. It's called Coyote Ugly. All right.
Wow.
Or OBJ not getting NDAs.
Whoa.
Did you guys hear about that?
No.
Yes. Disgusting.
Whoa.
Disgusting is all I have to say.
Odell Beckham Jr. likes to get
He likes to get,
2 girls, 1 cup done.
yep. He even went as far as saying,
He likes to get shit on, Gina.
Look.
even went as
I
far
was
as
like,
saying, hey, don't take a shower for like a whole day. I want you to take a picture of you doing your number 2 in the bathroom.
Look, if you can
And then I'm going to fly you out.
Yeah.
if you can pull that off, you're an alpha on a whole nother level. I don't know. That's so
I may have just threw up a little bit.
we might have to blur this. Lord. Oh
I'm
man.
sorry, that's been sitting on my brain because I saw it right before we were about to start, and I was like, I cannot.
Yeah, I didn't want to believe it either. I was just like,
To each his own, but just get an NDA signed. You're a famous person, like.
Well, my thing about it is don't even talk about it. Why would you even talk about it?
You got to communicate with your partner. If you like chocolate pudding, you like chocolate pudding. Like, I mean,
Yeah, but keep it on the DL. I don't want to hear about it. You don't want the whole world to hear about it.
look.
Well, that's why you need an NDA. He was telling this girl thinking like he was gonna fly her out,
No, he's just
and it was gonna
keep
stay
his mouth
between
shut.
them.
Wow.
But then how would he get that?
Don't surprise nobody with that fetish. Mm-mm.
That's like, could you imagine showing up at someone's house and them being like, "Hey,
Ugh,
okay, sorry, nice way to end the episode."
that is so crazy. Man,
Sipping on my water.
I just want to find a woman that's into Star Wars, and we talking about chocolate pudding and 2 girls and I just threw up in my mouth a little
no
bit.
ply bulls for him.
Wow, sloppy joes. All right, well that's the end of our show. So we went from the difference between dating to hanging out to actual relationships and what people look into, what they look for. But when it comes down to it, it really is all about the communication piece about it, and that's the most important part of it. And you know, I do agree. I think I'm gonna try to shoot my shot. I'm gonna like try to think about how I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. And then if I get shot down, we'll have another episode and friend zone again. So, but thank you for reaching out, Monique, to do this episode with us, and to talk about relationships. And the Fresh Delivery Show, our home base was relationships in the first season, and we haven't really done that in a little bit. So we definitely appreciate you two and Gina coming out, and we'd love to have you on the show again. And obviously we can cross-platform our shows and stuff like that. And Jazzy is a new host on the Fresh Delivery Show. She brings a new aspect to the things that we have, and we did the episode on Girl Code, so. It's nice to hear from women than hear men ramble about politics and stuff like that. It was a long season 2. I'll just say that. So you got anything, Grand Booba?
Besides my love for pliables.
Wow.
Honestly, go vote November 3rd. I'm just gonna keep beating that drum until that drum can't get beat no more. So go vote November 3rd. Like your life depends on it.
Take someone with you.
That too.
Check who they're voting for first.
Oh.
And and also if you ever received your mail-in ballot to register for it, please do so.
Spray it with Lysol, please.
That too.
Spray your ballots with Lysol. Jazzy, you got anything for us? You want to talk about your body butter? Your body butter.
Oh my gosh.
It's minty.
Is this gonna okay? I'm still like kind of concerned. Okay. Well, thank you guys for hopping on, and it's so great meeting you and learning. There.
Love it.
Oh.
What just happened? You just got mauled?
Nothing's just working out. Sorry. But anyways, I think we should see relationships more simply than thinking so much about it. And yeah, I mean, if you want to shoot your shot, if you like them, if you are attracted to them, if you think they're cute, just say it. I mean, and also, again, have that expectation, like you may never have that shot again, or or the least you'll get out of it is a no.
I feel like we're watching a horror movie right now.
I mean, the noise that just happened.
And she's running, and she's like, this blue thing like hit her in the face against the wall. We're watching like Scream.
I can't. Okay, but I'm excited. I'm excited for more of these episodes, and thank you, Mo and Gina, for joining us tonight.
Yeah,
Thank y'all for the invitation.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
52.
It was a good conversation. It's nice. On our podcast, we've only had men with children, so it's interesting to see because you don't have a child, right?
No, I
it
don't.
didn't sound like it. Yeah, so it's we need to get those out there a little bit more too. I think we're just older, so a lot of times the men that we have already have kids. So there's single men out there without children too. So good to hear their perspective as well.
Mm-hmm. One chilling in the basement. Waiting to get swooped up.
So, oh man, just be put on the spot. I just look like a jackass on this episode. All right. So make sure you're following us on Instagram at The Fresh Delivery Show. Make sure you're following us on Twitter at FR3SH Delivery. But also make sure you are seeing these new episodes of our podcast on our YouTube channel. Also, check out the Dirty 30 podcast, which is our new food review. We're going to be reviewing a lot of the food stuff in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. We are actually going to be hitting D.C., and we should have that review out in about a week. So if there's something that you want to see, if you like, subscribe, let us know. You can email us, DM us as well. So we have 3 more episodes coming up, and it's going to be like really good, really, really good. So we have to make sure we have to shout out our sponsors, linesofcharacters.com. Also make sure you check out Marcos Haunted Forest. I'm hoping with the COVID situation, they do open up. They're very, very good in the community. They are they are number 1 haunted forest in the state of Maryland. They've been, addressed numerous times on travel channels. Definitely check out Marcos Haunted Forest and stuff like that. Also check out the Flying Arts and his photography, as well as Joe Matt, who's supposed to be here tonight. He probably got kicked in the shin tomorrow. So, other than that, I am the Shaolin Fantastic, and we are out, y'all. Peace. Y'all can say bye.
Bye.
Peace.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out the Fresh Delivery Show. You can view and listen to our episodes on our YouTube channel or listen from your favorite media source, Anchor, Apple and Google Podcasts, iTunes, the Google Play Music Store, and Spotify. Peace and blessings. Love you guys.